So what was that title? It was
Miss Dominican Republic
Miss
Universe
Dominican
2015.
Republic Universe.
Yes.
That's a big title, buddy.
Of course. yes.
You made it seem like it was nothing.
It was my dream, yes, actually. And,
wow. So you didn't get Belleza Latina, but you got
exactly.
Miss
If I
Dominican
would have won
Universe.
Nuestra Belleza Latina, I wouldn't go
Never
to.
gone. See?
O sea, Papá Dios es perfecto.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's perfect. He's perfect.
Sometimes
His
he
timing
pushes you where you need to go. What's up, everybody? Today we're blessed to have the multi-talented. This woman wears multiple hats. You see her in front of the camera. There's so many things you might not know about her. Incredible actress. Let's give it up for Clarissa Molina.
Hi, guys. Dominican Power hoy aquí.
Yeah, Dominican Power all day.
So nice to see you guys.
You know what's funny is that I forgot you were Dominican Power.
Why?
Because
¿Cómo va a ser?
¿Cómo va a ser?
¿Y cómo te acordaste?
Porque cuando yo te veo en televisión,
Ajá.
tú estás comercial, Power.
Right. Neutro.
No,
Neutral.
So
Right.
those TV channels, they make you neutral.
Yes.
Like, let's talk about that because I saw you in a movie and you were so Dominican. I was like, oh my God, she's Dominican. I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot because every time I see you on TV, you're just like
That means
neutral.
I'm doing a great job on TV.
A phenomenal job.
Because that's the point, that they don't know what's
Yeah.
your accent. Pero como quiera, yo le meto mi dominicano siempre,
but what's that about? Tell us about that. Like, is this something you just do on your own? Is it something that's requested?
So, I mean, being on TV, Hispanic channel in the U.S., you're required to be neutral because you have an audience, Mexican, Salvador, Panameños, Dominicanos, Boricuas, Colombianos, Ecuatorianos, todos los países latinoamericanos. So, you need to be understood by all of them. So, eso me encanta mi bandera. Yo la moví tanto en los World Classic ahora. La tenía en todas partes. A Finlandia me la llevé para celebrar. Pero yeah, I mean, when I started in Univision, working there, of course, I didn't have a neutral accent. Pero, of course, I knew I had to get ready and prepare myself for, to stay there. I mean, because I only had one chance to show them that I could do this. And I only have 1 year contract, and it's been 10 years already. So, it was crazy.
10 years
I
already.
can't believe it. I know. I met you guys like before Nuestra Belleza Latina in New York through Aridio.
Yes.
Like, he's still my mentor nowadays.
I love him.
Told
Shout out to Aridio. What up?
Me llamó que tienen un podcast, Jessy. Vete para allá, que ellos son bacanos.
I love him.
Sí, pero a pesar de eso, I always maintain my culture. Meto mis palabritas, mi sazón, la personalidad, más allá que el acento súper marcado.
Pero ¿qué tú tienes que hacer para estar neutral? Okay, what do you have to do to be neutral?
Ok, primero vamos a hacer una clase entonces. El primer tip es hablar despacio, porque si hablamos despacio, tenemos el tiempo de poder pronunciar todas las palabras. Porque si hablamos como dominicano, hablamos así tan rápido, o sea, es diferente, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, si estás hablando despacio, estás pronunciando cada letra, cada palabra, te ayuda muchísimo. Hablar desde el diafragma también, no desde la garganta. Ahora está hablando un poco afónica porque de acá, porque estoy un poco enferma, pero siempre hablar de acá, eso te ayuda a tener un control vocal increíblemente. He tomado clases de canto, actuación, todo, porque es un conjunto de todo realmente. Así que comiencen lento, despacio, y va a sonar bien neutro.
I went through that when I did the Nicky Jam series because part of our partners were one of the television networks, Netflix, and one of the Latin television networks, and I think when they first started seeing the casting, they were like, oh my God, it's like, they sound too Puerto Rican.
Right.
And I'm like, you bought it. It's a Puerto Rican show.
Exactly.
It's what I'm trying to sell.
Right.
But they were like, no, Jessy, you don't understand. We have to have like a neutral accent, and you know. So it was a tough battle. That was the first time that I learned about the neutral
accent. Yeah, because I mean, you mostly speak English.
Yes.
So you have no idea the difference between accents. But that's amazing. I mean,
but you were born where?
De Santiago, República Dominicana.
Oh, Santiago in the house.
Yes,
Okay.
el Cibao presente. I was born there. Y después a los 15 years old, I moved to New Jersey.
Okay.
And then after that, I did 3 years of high school, 4 years of college. But between that, hustling, knocking doors, a ver, ¿sabes? Modelando, maybe, un papel de actuación. It was hard. It was difficult because I didn't speak English. I just got here. I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? I still
What
have
part
an
of
accent.
Jersey?
Huh? First year Clifton, and then the rest was Hackensack.
Okay.
Until I moved to Miami. And, between that, I was knocking doors to see what can I do. I did a runway in a Applebee's one day. Okay. It was like 3 people. I'm like, this is something. And then to Elizabeth.
The Applebee's runway.
Exactly. I was like, I see those pictures now. I'm like, wow.
How old are you?
Always believe.
How old are you when you did that?
I was 19. No, I was 20 already. I was 20 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you left Santiago as wanting to be an actress and model when you were in Santiago?
Yeah, my plan A always been like, I want to be on TV. I want to be an actress. I want to be. I didn't say, I want to be famous. And I just say, I want to work on TV and as an actress. That was my goal. And I knew that. And I love dancing. I used to dance in front of the mirror all the time. Mimicking Shakira, Britney Spears. It's been a roller coaster. Pero siempre sabiendo que quería estar en televisión y hacer las cosas bien. I don't know, because none of my family members are like artists. And I don't know why. We used to do like choreography from any music back then with my friends. And en el colegio, ¿quién quiere ir de voluntario? Yo, porque yo quería estar siempre fuera de la clase, la realidad. Porque yo era una artista de chiquita. Y obviamente, pues, mi papá, mi mamá, fuimos una familia humilde. My dad knew, how the environment is. It's not that, simple for a girl my age, so young. And now I understand. But I always kept going. I did my first casting for the first beauty pageant I did in New York. And my family didn't even know because I'm like, maybe they're going to say no. But I was already working in McDonald's, 7 hours an hour. I'm like, I can pay my whatever fee it is to be on the beauty pageant.
How old are you?
I was there. I was 21.
For the first beauty pageant?
Yes.
And who was it for?
It was Miss Dominican Republic, U.S.
Oh, nice.
And then if you win in New York, then you would go to Dominican Republic to compete for Miss Universe. So it was like a longer path, but that was like my closer opportunity that I have to get there. And I saw beauty pageants as a door to act and work on TV. And exactly what happened. Thank God.
Wow.
I didn't stop believing in myself. And, I didn't stop pursuing my dreams because my family didn't agree, because I knew I was going to do it right. I knew it. I know my dad was scared, but I knew it. I'm like, don't worry, papi. I got it. I'm not going to do the wrong things to get where I am. And thank God, as of now, I haven't done anything, wrong. And everything that I've earned is because I worked really hard, like really, really hard.
Let's clap it up for that.
Like you guys.
Your father had fears like any Dominican dad would with a beautiful daughter. Did some of what he feared you saw?
Yes. Well, recently he told me, vio, ¿por qué era que yo le decía? Because there was un chisme ahí que se revolvió en social media now, ¿sabes? So, but it wasn't true. It was a lie. And he said, because of things like that, I didn't want you to be there. I'm like, but thank God, you know me. My family knows me. Everyone knows me. And my family was always with me in the process of getting where I am today. And even today, nowadays, if I travel, I go with someone always. They're all with me. So, and I say, I understand. I understand. And I was his first girl. So after 5 boys, they were like, la va a pagar toda ahí. So, típico dominicanos, ¿verdad? Pero, me entero de esto después de grande, obviamente. Pero me imagino que in the back of his head, he was like, esta niña tiene que hacer las cosas bien, porque si no van a venir a tocarme el hombro. And, you know, it was part of that. And I understand now, you know, when you grow up, you understand so much. And they always say, cuando tú seas grande vas a entender. It's true. It is really true.
But
It's
what
funny.
point? Sorry.
Okay.
No, go ahead. That's what we go
It's
through all the
the
time,
brother
this
thing. It's the
I
brother
know,
thing.
I know.
You know, but it's funny you say that about your father, because I know that because my daughter wanted to be Miss Teen New York, USA.
I know, I met her.
And you met her.
Yes.
And you were so humble, and you gave her a lesson or two or three or
Yes.
4 or 5, and she won.
I know.
And she won. So I don't know if I thanked you for that. I probably did, but I'm thanking you again for just being humble, because I think you won Belleza Latina, right?
Yes, Nuestra Belleza Latina VIP.
Yeah, so you just won that, and then you gave us your time.
Yes.
Because our brother,
Aridio.
so you know, hooked that up, and you came, and I was just like, I was looking at you just like, wow, you know, look how humble and sweet, and you coached my little daughter, and she was so shy, whatever, and she won.
I know.
And I tell people it was because of Auridio and you and all the love and support. But I told her everything your father told you. I was telling her.
I know.
Why do you want to do this
know.
for? No, don't do it. Right. And you know.
Of course.
But
and you're a man. He's a man.
Yeah.
You guys know how men think.
Yeah.
I mean, but you even in his explanation, he was like, and my little daughter, she won
Ah,
Miss Teen New York. You know what I'm saying? She won Miss Teen New York, but
Right.
she was not the little daughter.
Oh,
She was-
Tina's young. Tina.
I mean,
Yes.
teenager.
No,
Teenagers.
they were
a
teens are
teenager
babies.
woman is a woman.
No.
Like a teenager guy is young-minded. Like the girls grow up fast.
Oh,
They're like
yes.
they're, you
Oh.
know,
They were babies.
Yes.
they got full control. That's
They
what you
were
think.
babies.
What age do men grow up?
I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out.
That's
Still
not true.
trying to figure it
That's
out.
not true. That's not true. That's not true. I think I just became a man yesterday.
It's tough.
And how is she?
She's married, has a son, lives in Rochester. Back in
Yuli's a
Tamale now.
Oh.
grandfather.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so-
un abuelo, oh my God.
She's a photographer too. She takes incredible photos.
Oh, nice.
Natalia Terrero, a.k.a. Natalia Lauer, you know, anyway.
Still the father. That's what I'm saying. Still the
Siempre
father.
será. My dad calls me every day. Y mi mamá. So he was
And
always
that's so
gonna be like
beautiful.
that.
And that's
Yes,
so
it
beautiful.
is
God-
beautiful.
God
So-
bless
You always have to answer to your dad and mom. Yes.
But you know what? It's a blessing that you can have them call you still.
Exactly. I can be doing anything. I'm like, hold on. And then I answer because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know, of course. Yes. You never know if it's going to be the last one. You never know it's going to be, you know, if something
Trust
is
me.
happening. So I always try to answer when you say it's my mom and dad's name. Always.
What's the first acting opportunity?
So my first acting opportunity, like he was the main character. I'm like, wow, my first movie ever, and I'm gonna be the main girl with Ozuna, and he was at his peak. It was 2018.
Que Leon.
Yes, Que
Oh, I
Leon.
didn't know that was your first.
Yes, that was my first one.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay,
But I was getting ready, you know, for when the opportunity came. So that's my lemma, like. You have to be ready when the opportunity comes.
Yes.
Because if I wasn't ready,
Yes.
then, you know, I wouldn't have 5 movies already. So prepárense siempre. Work hard. So when the opportunity knocks on your door or you make it happen, you're ready for that.
We say it all the time, and thank you for saying that, because people think because you're pretty, you get all these starring roles.
There's a lot of more period.
Nobody knows that what you have to do when the opportunity knocks on your door.
Yes.
You got to be ready. So thank
Exactly.
you for saying that. Everyone that comes on has the same story.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter if you're not doing this.
Oh, there's 100 people like us. Like you
Not
guys.
100,
like
millions.
me, like
Millions.
everyone here.
Millions.
But we're here. We are the ones that are here because we are nonstop working. I know you guys years ago, and you guys are always doing something. I'm doing, you know, growing up, you know, like creciendo. Tienes que get ready, ponerte al día con todas las cosas que está pasando. So, abrirte a todo eso, pero that was my first acting movie, and it was amazing. I fell in love right away. I'm like, I knew I loved this. And after that, it's been amazing. Now I would love to do like the crossover. I was telling Ulysses on the phone. It's not easy, of course, because there's a lot of competition. But it's only takes one opportunity, and you can keep going.
The thing is I feel like when you did Que Leon, that was like a time Caribbean cinemas was moving into producing their own movies, and shout out to Zamaya and everybody and Greg and all those guys. But I think that was a huge hit. And then you did Que Leon too, right? Know. So I think for Ozuna too was a great opportunity.
Oh, yes.
And, some people, I know you're talking about the crossover, but, I always fight people. It's like, what is the crossover, right? Because I think when it comes to cinema, they judge us on language. So they feel like the crossover is us doing something in English.
Mm-hmm. Crossover for me is like more doing stuff here in the U.S.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like you can do something in Spanish that works here.
Yes.
And I think a lot of the buyers have a hard time sometimes on the scripted side understanding that. And I always fight that because I'm like, our Latin artists perform and sell out in the arenas here in the U.S., right? So why can't we do content,
Right.
So sometimes a crossover is like, okay, I wrote a movie that takes place in Miami, and I sent it to people, and it's in Spanish.
Right.
And they're like, okay, I thought you said it was an American movie. I said, it is. It takes place in Miami. But it's in Spanish. I was like, have you ever been to Miami?
Right.
It's just like,
Yes.
It's like, it's organic to the story, right? So I think it's beautiful and that you're doing those things and it's exciting. And it was comedy. I don't know if you saw it, It was comedy.
Yeah. It was a good one. It was the first movie on Netflix, Latin America. Yeah. It was like number one. It showed a lot of things. Like, sí, la verdad que sí. And after that.
And comedy's not easy.
It's not easy at all. But doing comedy is not try to be funny. It's just, normal. And the situation is that gets people to laugh. Not you, because you're doing whatever faces you're doing. Pero, it's the situation. And understanding that and working with Raymond Pozo y Miguel Céspedes, hello. Yes. Like, for me, it was like, wow. O sea, okay, Ozuna, you're perfect. Pero esos dos hombres, like, ellos son parte de nuestra cultura. It's like our Eugenio Derbez for Mexicans. Yeah. For us, it's Raymond Pozo y Miguel Céspedes. And I learned so much from them. And Frank Peroso directing, he was key because he's an actor as well. So he understand exactly what I needed to work on. And then after that movie, I was like, oh, I have proposals for my character. He's like, mírala. But that's part of the thing. I think the best school in life is doing it. That's it. Like, my university is El Gordo y la Flaca on TV. Like, I can do anything now. Like, I can, oh my God, anything. Like, I host awards and I'm like, ¿En con ustedes? No, todavía. Oh, no, pero espérense. So that gives you, like, the ability to, ¿cómo se dice? Improvisar, like, improvise. And, like, tiene que seguir, estamos al aire.
It just makes you fearless.
Yes. And then I did theater, que ya tú sabes.
Okay.
Ahí sí que ya, when you do theater, you can do anything.
Theater where, here or there?
In Miami, my first time.
Nice.
And then I produced one in New York, in Symphony Theater.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Sí.
Really?
So my first one, it was Los Monólogos de la Vagina.
Oh, the vagina monologue.
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Super hard. Yo super así, como que nada que ver con el tema, super así. Pero that was a hard one. It was a challenge. But I did it because I knew that was going to make me like a before and after. And then I did a Talk. I don't know if you guys seen that.
No.
Oh my God. Amazing. It's like 6 patients in a waiting area to see a psychiatrist. And each one of them has a TOC. Es un trastorno obsesivo compulsivo. Like something you do it without you having control.
Like compulsive disorder.
Right. And mine was saying the things twice. So yo tenía que decir las cosas 2 veces. Imagínate, like I have to like the whole time. It was 2 hours.
And that was on stage.
It was on stage.
Where can we see that?
So now they're playing right now, but I'm not in it because after I did New York, like I said, okay, I want to be here, but I want to produce now because I want to always take a step forward and learn and be on the other side as well. I love producing, like, eso me está apasionando mucho ahora también. And then me fui para New York y dije, it's a challenge, but we sold tickets and it was amazing. It was great. And after doing theater, I'm like, we can do anything.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Good for you, man.
Yes.
But there's no way we can see that. It's not on YouTube. Anywhere we can
Oh
see
no,
the
because
play.
theater it's live.
Yeah.
You know, that's
sometimes
that
it's a little,
Well, some people
little
tape
leak
it
somewhere.
sometimes. Some people tape it.
I can send you some clips, maybe.
Okay. Wow, that's the big superstars when they get the Oscars. They all go back to theater.
Theater. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the base
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Of art. You know.
You already did it early.
So I
Basically.
studied theater in colleges.
See.
Yeah. Because where I went to college, Jerry Seinfeld went to the same school, and I guess he bought or he invested money or gave back to the school and built a beautiful theater program. So the theater program was very strong. The film program wasn't as strong, so unfortunately I didn't graduate. You should graduate, people. But
I didn't graduate either
I
because of loans.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I didn't want to have like a debt. I'm
No,
like,
but you know what? This is even a worse story because like somebody told me that because I was paying my own college, and I told my parents at the time I was trying to be independent. I'll pay my own college, and they taught me that like if you go and you pay the activity fee, it locked in your schedule. So I paid like the first semester, second semester I locked in the activity fee. Next year I didn't pay, I locked in the activity fee. So I went like 3 years. Like the my third year, they were like, yo, you haven't paid tuition in 3 years. And I was like, oh, wow, man. You know, I tried to give them an excuse. And they were like, if you don't pay, you're out of here. And at that point, I got an internship on the movie. So I went to do the internship. I tried to figure out, I said, maybe I'll come back, pay what I owe, and go back to college. But I was shooting films on Super 8 millimeter, right? That's about as advanced as my college got, and that they supplied. So, you know, we had to cut this shit ourselves or whatever. And then I met some kids on the internship that were at NYU. And they were shooting movies on Super 16. They were doing like real movies. And I was like, whoa, I'm like behind.
right.
Great theater program, but the film program, I was behind. So then when I took the internship, I was like, you know what? I'd rather work on movies and actually make movies and learn this way. And then I unfortunately didn't go back. And I was lucky enough that my career took off. But
amazing.
You know,
But we got lucky. Everyone else should go to school.
Of course, yes. If you have
we
the
just got
opportunity,
lucky.
yes.
We just got lucky.
Because when I stopped going to college, it was like the first semester of the year, and then you have summer, and then you start September. September comes, and I'm like, I haven't registered because I don't have any loans, any programs that are supporting me. I'm like, so Nuestra Belleza Latina casting was in October.
oh.
And I call Arida. I'm like, Arida, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm 23 years old. My life is acabándose. No sé qué. Un drama. Crisis existencial. And then my career took off. But it was exactly what I was studying for. I'm doing exactly what I wanted. So sometimes it works out that way.
When you work hard.
It's really, yes. But it's really important to go to college and finish. Someday I will. Yeah. Maybe not in broadcast journalism because I'm already doing it. Something else.
If I would have continued to study, if I would have went back to school, I would have studied something specific. Like I would have studied cinematography or something, a more specific craft. You know, because the art of filmmaking, and I learned a lot in college. But then there's some things that I feel like I didn't apply when I was really making it, because college teaches you about the love of film and they teach you about the aesthetics of film and things like that. But they don't teach you about the speed of film. Mm-hmm. Because what you don't understand is when you're doing shit, you're on time.
Right. Exactly.
Like, okay,
money.
and go. And like you're like, what the fuck? I don't have that cut. We got to move on next set. And you're like, yo, none of this was taught to me in school. Because, you know, in school, it's like 5 friends. We're making a short film. We take all our time. Everything's perfect.
Of course. Super relaxed.
You know, and it's like you get in the real world and none of that. It's like all of that's out the window.
Oh, I took some broadcast journalism and when I got to Gorda y la Flaca, they started talking to me. I had to read the prompter. Raul was interrupting me. I'm like, how do I do this? And he was like, yeah, I'm like, what? Like replying on air. But it's like, it's not the same.
Yeah,
la educación in college que ya en el field, like doing it.
Let's rewind back to Belleza Latina. Share that journey with us. Because I think you were on it a year before you won, correct? Or no?
Yes, I went twice.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, and let's talk about how you felt when that finished and what gave you the confidence to go. Because nobody goes back again. It's like once you lose or you don't win, it's like
you quit. I almost didn't go.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. What happened? You know, what place did you come in, and how did you feel?
Okay.
And what triggered for you to go? You know what? I'm gonna come back. And I'm
Okay.
gonna win
So
this.
before my first beauty pageant that I registered, 2012.
The Applebee's one.
Right. No, first beauty pageant that I would go to the art. That was a fashion show. High-end fashion show.
You're really trying to get Applebee's as a sponsor.
Exactly. So that year before I did my first ever beauty pageant, I went to Nuestra Belleza Latina to do the casting. And it was like the longest line in the world. It was January in New York,
Wow.
downtown. Ya tú sabes cómo está el frío, ¿verdad? In su peak. And the line would go like at 11 at night. And they were going to open the door at 7 in the morning. And we were there from 11
At night.
Really?
my cousin, my boyfriend at the time came with me, my sister, supporting me. And we waited the whole night.
Wow.
We went inside. They asked me, what's your name? What do you do?
The
What
next
would you
day.
like?
The next day.
Like, 7 in the morning already. Like, ya
Jeez.
soltándote los pelos y no sé qué, el maquillaje, todas las mujeres con sus castings, nervous, sí, porque ya van a ver los productores. Oh, no, we thought we were going to see the judges right away. No, es un proceso. The
Yeah.
first day is just producers. Of course, I didn't know. And they asked me my name, and then, okay, go to the next room. And then at 11 in the morning, they called like 35 girls out of almost like 800 girls. 35, and I wasn't there. So I went home.
Shit.
I didn't make it.
You wasn't one of them.
And I went to my bed, and I cried so much. I'm like, oh my God, this is not for me. I don't think. Bueno, 2014, my college loans stopped. I'm like, I don't want to be in debt with the U.S. And then the casting came in October. I'm like Aridio. In the summer, I was like really like desperate. What am I gonna do with my life? Like I knew I was meant to do something in my heart. Like I knew it. So when he was like, let's do it. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna do highlights. I'd never done my highlights in my life. So we're gonna prepare our talent and blah blah blah. So I went to this casting 2014, and I did the casting, and I said I wanted to be Barbara Bermudo and do hard news. So they were like, oh, okay. They say no to me in the casting that day. I went through the process, and they say no when I went to the judges. So I passed the production part, and then the next day you have to come back with the same dress, hair, makeup, everything. So, the continuation, and face the judges, and the judges said no.
Shit.
Because I was like demasiado segura de mí misma. Whatever. It was
Too confident?
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
like too confident. And then I went back to my home, and I'm like, viste, I knew, I no sé qué, da, da, da. And then it was October. January comes, and they set up like an interview in my house in Hackensack, in my little apartment. My family was in the back. I was here. And they say, oh, you have to convince Osmel Sousa. He was like the main judge. Why you should get a chance, second chance. And I'm like, oh, Osmel, no sé qué, la, la, la. I want to be in Nuestra Belleza Latina because I believe this and that. And all of a sudden, they knocked the door, and he came in. Osmel Sousa himself, and gave me, it was like a famous line, oh, eres bella, firma aquí. And he would give you like a pass. So you can sign, and then you will go to Miami. To do there, and then like the whole process to be picked to go to the mansion, to live there 3 months with 12 girls. So it was like a whole U.S. casting, Puerto Rico, and then only 12 would go to the mansion to live there. Ya tú sabes.
So you went to the mansion.
I went to the mansion. I was
Nice.
picked. Yes.
Wow.
And I got to the final. But I was called third runner up. And I'm like, wow, I didn't win. The next day, I felt like I was naked in the world by myself, like, como un feto, así como que, because nobody was telling you what to do anymore. There was nothing happening. Imagine you having everything in your life, and then the next day you don't have nobody around you, or, no TV, no, nada. Y yo, wow, what am I going to do? Do I go back to my regular job? So I moved here in Miami for a month to a fan's apartment. I slept in a couch of a fan that used to go to Univision every Sunday to support me. She used to live here in Miami. She lives now in Spain. No, she lives here. She came back. And she would go Sunday, and she met my family because my brother will come too to support me, because we didn't have any contact with anybody, like no cell phone, no TV, no nada, radio, nothing. So you were disconnected from the world. So, it makes you vulnerable. They would do like some diets so you can get dramatic, part of the reality show. So, yes. So at the end, she said, oh, she can stay with me. And I'm like, okay. So, tan bella. She made the sofa for me. And I stayed there like 1 month to see what happens here in Miami. Nothing happened. So I went back to New York. And I went to Aridios Salón. That's like the base. Esa es mi base.
Yes.
Esa es la base
Yes.
donde todo
Yes.
sucede.
Yes.
And he said, okay, now tú tienes que ir al Miss República Dominicana. It's now or never. I'm like, al Miss República, después de 3 meses fajada aquí. Okay, you guys know how our reality are. Like, you don't rest. I remember I used to sleep like this and to save like 10 minutes so I have to do my makeup at the next day. It was crazy. I'm ready to go to Vietnam. That's a war. O sea, yo estoy lista para irme a una guerra ahora mismo. O sea, me ha preparado full. Pero after all that, Miss República, I'm like, wow, I didn't want to do it. Pero al final, obviamente, you know what? Let's do it because it's now or never. And then I went to DR. I had to work the double because I was in NVL and I was ya un poquito conocida. And then, oh, Clarissa, viene para acá. Obviamente, comments arises. So I had to work double. Mm-hmm. So if I win, it's because I work double or triple. While you were sleeping, I was running para rebajar. So, I was always working, always with my family. And I won the crown August 30th. And then I had to prepare.
And then I won a crown, like no big deal. Miss DR. I won that, and then I went to McDonald's.
Exactly. But it's challenging. And then after
so
that,
what was that title? It was
Miss Dominican Republic
Miss
Universe
Dominican
2015.
Republic
Yes.
That's a big title, buddy.
Of course. yes.
You made it seem like it was nothing.
It was my dream, yes, actually. And,
wow. So you didn't get Belleza Latina, but you got
exactly.
Miss
If I would have won
Universe.
Nuestra Belleza Latina, I wouldn't go
Never
to.
gone. See?
O sea, Papá Dios es perfecto.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
perfect. He's perfect.
Sometimes
His
he
timing,
pushes you where you need to go.
his timing is perfect. Y si yo hubiera ganado, Francisca no hubiera ganado. Entonces, Francisca, she's been there like 12, 13 years already there. And that's amazing too, también. So, todo pasa por algo y perfecto. So, I won I got just 3 months to get ready for Miss Universe because it was in December. In that month, ya tú sabes, I didn't have life. Like, I used to work out in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, runway classes, oratoria, cultura general, preguntas y respuestas, pelo, maquillaje, every day.
Wow.
Every single day.
Wow. You
And
hear that? You hear that?
And I only ate 1 latica de tuna. Mitad en la noche y mitad en la mañana. Con tomate y lechuga y piña. Eso era todo. It was challenging. Llega diciembre, Miss Universe. A ropa. Los diseñadores. Oh my God. I'm getting exhausted.
And where was it that year?
It was in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
It was
okay.
Las Vegas.
But that was still Donald Trump still came out and talked.
That was the year that he left, like in the middle of the.
Okay.
That was his last year.
Okay.
My year was his last year.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Miss Universe comes. I have everything, like 10 luggages, maletas, traje típico, everything. And with, my family, todo el mundo haciéndose rucho, dando dinerito, todo el mundo juntando, tocando las puertas, la ropa. Porque, ¿sabes? Hasta el vuelo me lo pagó un fanático. O sea, todo fue como...
Wow.
Yes. No es fácil. O sea, uno cree que va a recibir la ayuda, pero no te ayuda a nadie.
I just did Miss New York and it was expensive, so I can only imagine Miss Universe.
Yes.
A
That's
lot
a
of
sneak
money.
peek.
A lot of money.
No es fácil.
When you represent the Dominican Republic and you go to Miss Universe, the government doesn't help?
No.
Wow.
Por lo menos a mí no.
It's a big business. I
know, but
I learned the hard way.
I know, but it's
hard. It's
she's
tough.
representing a country.
Right. That's exactly,
I would have assumed one of the big brands, banks, somebody would have said, hey, let's support her journey.
Exactly. Yep. But it was always personal, like my family, friends, people who knew people, pequeño negocio de mi familia. O sea, it was, fue un junte de todo el mundo, ayudando granito a granito. Y le agradezco a todo el mundo que puso de su un granito de arena. Siempre, siempre, siempre gracias, de verdad.
Gracias.
Sí, de verdad que sí, oye. Sin esa gente, nosotros no somos nadie. Me voy a mis universos y allá es por primera vez que entiendo que yo no me puedo comparar con nadie. I can't compare myself with anybody. Because in NBL, it was happening. Like, oh, she's funnier than me. Or she's flaca, skinnier than me. In Miss Universe, I understood, oh, yeah, she's tall. She's beautiful. She's that and this. But I'm me. And that's my strength, that I'm myself. And after that, I changed my mind. And it was crazy. I made it the top 10. And when I heard my name, I'm like, oh, like my country, Dominican Republic, getting to the top 15. I'm like, yes, yeah.
That's
See, because it was the 9th nomination in like so many years. Dominican Republic, we almost casi como que con la corona, pero yo, bueno, tal vez este es el año, obviamente. Pero I made a top 10.
Woo.
And it was amazing. It was incredible. De verdad que sí. It was an experience. But then I came back to New York. And I'm like, what am I going to do again? Because I didn't win the title. And then I went to New York Film Academy.
Beautiful, nice.
Yes, it was at the beginning of January.
Wow.
And then I applied everything. It was ready. And then, hey, we're calling you from Univision because we're doing NBL VIP version where contestant will come back for the second time. So only contestant that participated already would participate in this one. So it's even harder because everyone is like, oh, I know what I'm doing right now. Like all of us knew already the deal, what a reality show is. So it was harder because el truco, ahora ya todo el mundo estaba pendiente a todo. And I'm like, what? NBL again? No. Y el ego ahí, the ego sometimes, it can make your life miserable. El ego, si tú dejas que el ego acapare tu vida, eso es lo peor que tú puedes hacer. O sea, el ego tú tienes que pisotearlo y dejarlo allá. Porque una cosa es que tú te valores, pero otra cosa es que el ego se te ponga, digo, mi amor, tú fuiste a mis universos y hay esto, ¿para qué tú vas a volver para allá? No, gracias al Señor que no. Escuché a mi familia, I listen to my family, I'm like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to take it as a 3 months university again. But I know I'm not going to win because there's not going to be a back-to-back because Francisca was Dominican, 2015. 2016, there's no way another Dominican is going to win. So yo lo tenía aquí. So I went, I did my best as always. I didn't do any drama. They would always, regañándome porque yo no era dramática, yo no me metía en lío, pero que I'm not like that. I just like to work, I just like to do my own stuff, I just like to do my thing. La gente votó por mí, gané. And after that, it's been non-stop.
What year was that?
2016.
Right after, back to back.
Congratulations.
Yes. I know. Una locura, de verdad.
See, I tell people sometimes, the worst thing you could do, and when I lived in LA, people judge success on someone else's success. And I was like, that's the worst thing you could do because like everybody's path is so different.
Yes.
Look how you lost here, you went over here, won here, lost there, won back over here. It's like, it's not a straight line. It's not any, and your path is so different. And I used to tell a lot of actors because sometimes there were other actors in the room and they would compare their career to that person, and then they were unhappy with their career. And I'm like, you got a great career,
of course.
But they're seeing somebody else's.
And it's the timing too. Like, what if I 10 years ago? Oh, give me an opportunity, please. And you guys would put me in a movie, and I didn't know what to do. Like maybe it was my only chance, and I wouldn't make it because I wasn't ready. And then now. Maybe I'm ready now, it's the time.
I got something.
No por eso. Pero it's true.
She's still working.
No, but we got something.
Always. But yo estaba reflexionando justo en eso. Like the path of everyone is so different and the process is really different. Like the outcome, it's that, but the process, it's really different for me. It's really different from her. For you, and nowadays with social media, it's so difficult to not compare yourself sometimes.
Oh no, it's so hard.
And people say, "Oh, I wanna have your body." Okay, do you wake up at 7 in the morning to train every day? No. Do you eat really well? No. Okay, so you're not gonna make it. You have to, you have to know what to do to get from point A to point B. It's not easy.
It was interesting. I used to go to the Directors Guild because I'm part of the DGA, and I used to go to the Directors Guild to listen to other directors talk, or writers talk, or different people. And I remember I had this film project. I bought the rights to this book, and I brought it to a huge writer, one of the biggest writers in Hollywood. And he was friends with a friend of mine, and he said he would do the book, but he would write the movie for me in 5 years. That's what he said. And I was like, the fuck? What do you mean fucking 5 years? Like, I was like, who the fuck is this guy fucking 5 years?
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's been 10 years. I never made it. But now I get it. Like, he did big pride movies, and he had his career lined up. At that time, I didn't know.
Right.
And I would always go into the DJ, and guys would say, man, we were on this project for 15 years. And I'm like, who the fuck wants to be on the project for 15 years? I used to hear these guys talking. At that time, I felt like, I'm not waiting. Like,
right.
But the more you're in the business, the more you're like, wow.
Yes.
Like, anything you love that much, you got to put that kind of work in. Things don't happen overnight. Sometimes to get it the way you want,
right,
without giving up your integrity or giving up the. So it's like, I have projects now that I've been on for 7 years, 8 years, and I still haven't been able to do it. Now I look back and I'm like, man, I should have waited the 5 years.
I should say yes. But just time gives you the knowledge and the wisdom to know. If you're in the business, you're learning all the time, and if you have your eyes and ears open, because sometimes we are in the business and but no, mi amor, it's like you have to be in everything so you can learn and absorb everything. So you grow. That's part of your growth.
And that's you. You're in everything. So then we go winner here, winner there. Then you go Univision.
Yes. So I go to El Gordo y la Flaca. Okay. So my gift, my crown gives me it was 200,000 in prizes. Between cash and prizes.
Nice, it's not bad.
Yo pensaba que era más, pero cuando le quitan los taxes, tú dices, pero ¿y qué fue? Part of the process de aprender. So the prize was a year contract in Univision, and para mí, it was El Gordo y la Flaca. Like they say, okay, you're going to this show. It's not like you say, I want to go to... No.
Oh, so you went from the...
Yeah.
When I win, and they say, you're going to be in El Gordo y la Flaca. They tell you where you're going. You're like, it's not like
That's the biggest show, though.
That's
the biggest show.
Hello. I'm like, oh my God, really? Yeah. And they say, do you want to start right away? Do you want vacation? No. I'm just 2 weeks, and that's it. I'll be back to Miami. So I come here to Miami, and I start working at El Gordo y la Flaca. It was a really hard year because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, a los leones, dale, le prompter. So I had to start learning about los Mexican groups, regional mexicano, toda esta cultura de farándula que I wasn't aware because...
The neutral talk, how to read, listen, and get interrupted by Raúl without yo, ¿sabes? Sin no descompensarme o como que sin interrumpir. O sea, eran muchas cosas. Y ese primer año, and I started eating because I was anxious. And I started, Dominicana al fin, like this. And people would say, estás gorda. And for some reason, that affected me in that year. And then also affected me that I would go home. And I'm like, wow, I'm doing the job I was always dream of. But I go home and I'm alone. Like in this apartment in Miami Beach that I rented from a friend of my brother. And I was like devastated. I'm like, I'm so sad here. Like I would cry, but I'm like, but I'm doing what I want. But then I was alone. So at the end, I learned that success is with your family. Yes or yes. Like you can do everything, but if your family is not by your side, you don't enjoy it that much as you would if they are there. But I learned how to be alone. I learned how to be, a hard worker girl because I had to. Since 16 years old, I've been working. I didn't ask my mom or dad for a penny nowadays, gracias a Dios. Mm-hmm. So I understood that. It was hard, but I understood that I had to do it. But it was difficult to get home and
be by yourself. And I didn't have, friends still. I didn't know anybody here in Miami. And it was a process for me. Like the first year, 2 years, it was difficult, but El Gordo y la Flaca has been like my family here in Miami. I have like 5 really close friends that are like my family too.
How long you been there now?
Here in Miami,
No,
El Gordo y la Flaca, now June 2026.
10 years.
10 years.
A decade.
10
Yeah.
years. A decade. Yes.
Wow.
I was 24 when, oh my God, when I started.
I am sure that the
That's
people
crazy.
that ran the company, the presidents, have already changed a bunch of times.
Oh.
Because they always change. So to be at a network for 10 years is a huge accomplishment.
Yes.
Because we always joke about that because we sell projects when we try to sell. We sell the project to this network, and then like a year later they change the president, and the new president
You
doesn't,
know better.
doesn't want nothing the old president bought, and we're like But look, I think that's interesting and beautiful what you said about like this industry. A lot of people see the success and they see you on TV and they see, her life is perfect or whatever, and it's a lonely business. It is a lonely business because the amount of work that goes into it, the amount of stuff that you have to do, the amount of effort that you have to put in, to reach different levels of success, people don't understand. And then it consumes a lot of your life. And then you sit there in these places and you're alone. And sometimes for me, like I feel like fortunate that like my brother was on a similar journey. We weren't on the same journey, but we were on a similar journey because, every once in a while in my craziness, I had another person that was just as crazy that understood the
And
pain.
it's your blood.
That understood the pain that I was going with, that would hold me down, that would, we could talk about real stuff because
Right.
nobody else really understood.
Right.
Nobody else really understood. So it was like I couldn't have these conversations with my friend that was a doctor or my friend that was in another profession because, Hollywood and what we do it's a monster and nobody really understands the beast.
Yes. It's an industry that you wanna work in, but you don't wanna be like in. You know what I mean? Like
in the beginning, you do until you find out what's in there.
Correct. Exactamente. Like I love doing my job. I love everything. But when I finish, I go my house and I'm just me without makeup, no pestaña, no hair, nothing. It's just me and my soul.
And the problem too is like everyone like dreams to be like your husband or whatever. Then they're your husband, but you work 5 days a week, 6 days a week. You're interviewing the sexiest man in the world. You have to have dinner with them. You have to this, you have to that. And then they're like, I can't handle this shit.
I know.
It's too much. So it's hard. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Everybody wishes to be here. Everybody wishes to be the partner. Everybody wishes it, but when they're there, it's just like, holy shit, this is
Oh yeah.
a lot. And a lot of insecurities and just too much to handle. People don't know that it is a lonely business.
It is. Like recently I'm like at the beginning of this year, my dad is getting older. My mom, I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'm here 10 years. Like, am I doing the right thing? Like I'm here like really far. I always go to New York to them. But I don't know.
So they're not here.
No, I'm like I don't have anybody
yeah.
here. I don't have family here.
No, but that's why I feel your pain because that's what happened when I moved to LA. I lived in LA for so many years and I had no family there.
Nada.
And I was blessed to have like some really good friends, but I had no family. And that hits you when you don't have no one to call and no one that's
No,
there.
like you finish like shooting. Oh, let me go to my mom's house. Oh, I'm done today. Let me go to my brother's house, my cousin. Sometimes we live close and we don't see each other, but we know we're close.
Yeah.
And that makes a difference. But like when you're alone, it's different. It's different.
I learned to cook bad Dominican food. I'm not a good cook, but I make. I did, but I make moro. I try to make stuff that like
To make you feel home.
Yeah. I learned to cook, and some of my friends ate it and thought it was good, but I did the best I could to try
It
it.
was really good.
I never tried to make a sancocho though, but
No, yo tampoco.
Jessy was really good because I eventually moved to LA to be with my brother, and there's no Dominican food in
No, there's a
LA.
couple of
There's
spots.
2 spots. That's it. There's 2 places now, but back then
Right.
there was maybe 1 spot.
Maybe.
But Jessy was like crack. It was like heroin. It was like
I
drugs.
know.
It was like.
Qué rico. Oye, y puede ser tal vez la peor versión, ¿verdad? Pero wow, qué
Yeah,
rico.
no, it was every
Qué
time.
rico.
I was like, cook that again, Jessy.
Sí, it's a lonely business, and in trying to find the balance between family and career, it's difficult.
It's tough, but the beautiful thing is that you're realizing that now. Sometimes people realize it. You're very young still. Some people realize that late.
Yes.
And, so the fact that you can put that in perspective. But you're an actress, you're producing, you're doing theater, you're doing this.
Everything.
What's next?
Everything.
What's the secret project? What's the dream project? What do you have going on?
So I'm writing. Yes,
Okay,
I'm writing
okay.
with my friend. He's a writer, and I love writing. But like technically, like how to make a script, I don't know. But I love writing. Like I love writing stories, thoughts, and all that. So I'm working like in 2 different projects right now.
Okay.
And it takes time. Maybe 5 years. I'll tell you, I got it. And I want to do more acting, and definitely, and slow down a little bit on TV, because as you know, by default is slowing down. Like TV, it's changing a lot. So, it's time, to reroute a little bit my career, and it's another, ya es otra etapa. It's another period of my life. And of course my brand, but that's take time too.
Yeah.
Commercializations, I want to do everything que no he podido hacer todavía, la verdad.
But I think that, I hear a lot of like directors I love in Mexico, different places, and they're like, oh, you know what, I do one project for me, one project for Hollywood, one project for me, one project for Hollywood. And I tell a lot of my actor friends, it's like, that perfect role for you is probably never going to land in your lap. And a lot of the roles that changed a lot of actors' careers were roles they created, or roles they found, books they optioned, or things that they looked for. So you constantly have to look for that, because people are going to always call you for work. But it's like, okay, what is going to be the things that you love, or that are going to change your trajectory, right? So you got to continue to push for that.
Exactly. That's exactly what I started, because you know what? I'm going to create my own opportunity.
Yeah. You have
And
to.
I can create opportunity for other people. And not specifically, maybe I can do a cameo. I mean, I love being backstage. You never know. Pero, I can create my own opportunity, like Tom Cruise did. He did all his movie, and look at him now.
But look at Charlize Theron with Monster.
Exactly.
That changed her trajectory at that time.
Exactly.
So a lot of people take
Vin
Diesel did that with the
Yes.
short films and the movies he made. Like,
So that's what I'm doing. I think it's important, and I think I'm ready to do that. And like mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm ready to, to take the next step.
that's dope.
And work with you guys.
Yes, we got something coming.
We
But
got
I
some
know
things
that,
coming. We got some things coming.
Yes, I know.
So look, I want to thank you for giving us your time and coming to Latino Champs. Like I said, you've been doing it so good. Your reputation speaks volumes. I'm a big fan of everything you've done, and keep doing it. And I just want to thank you for joining us today here on Latino Champs.
No,
Yes,
thank
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
give it up for
And thank you
Clarissa
guys
Molina.
for doing, supporting Dominican Republic siempre arriba, que como
Yes,
dominicanos
yes.
ustedes dos siempre. Así que gracias de verdad, que todos sus proyectos han sido maravillosos y nos sentimos muy orgullosos de ustedes también.
And
Y felicidades por esto también.
Gracias. And this is what this is about, celebrating people like
Of
you. It's like
course.
sometimes like
Yes.
you do so much that some people only know you for this, or know you for that, or know you for this, and we want to show the world how special you are.
And remind you guys that I'm Dominican.
Ah.
Digo, pero yo se me olvidó que era dominicana, pero ¿cómo va a ser?